Noah looked for signs of God's deliverance. It says he sent out 2 birds from the ark. First he sent out a raven, and then he sent out a dove. Now ravens will eat decaying flesh. And so this raven had really no problem finding a place to rest in this world and just feeding on, the floating carcasses that were killed in the flood, all the dead animals. So the raven goes out, flies around for a little bit, and then it finds a carcass to land on. And the raven's happy in the world. The dove, on the other hand, it says, the dove found no resting place on the earth. And I want you to notice here that the raven is symbolic of the natural man, or the non-believer who feels at home in this world. With all of the death and all of the decay and all of the rottenness in this world, the natural man, the non-believer, feels at home in this world, just like the raven here. The dove is symbolic of the Spirit-filled believer who just finds no resting place in this world. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of times where I just feel restless in this world. You just feel unsettled, like I don't belong here. This world is not my home. Especially in recent weeks and months. You just see what's going on, and you just feel restless in this world. You feel unsettled. That this is not where I'm supposed to be. There's really no place for me. This world's not our home. And so there are things about this world that make us feel just uncomfortable, uneasy. So Noah sent the dove out. The dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot. And what does the dove do? She returned back to the ark. In verse 10, again, he waited yet another 7 days. Again, he sent the dove out from the ark. And then the dove came back to the ark in the evening. And the implication here is that the dove was searching all day to find a place in this world, but found none. And so the dove comes back to the ark at night to roost in the ark. The ark, I've said this before, the ark is a picture of Jesus Christ. Just as the ark saved Noah and his family from the flood, Jesus Christ saves us from the judgment to come. And just as the dove kept returning back to the ark, the dove would go out into the world and was restless in the world, and then the dove would come back to the ark. We go out into the world. You're going to go out in the world. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be at home still. But you'll go out in the world this week, and you get restless, and you want to come back to Jesus, right? I just want to go back and be with Jesus and take refuge in Christ. Now look at verse 11 again. We're told that when the dove returned to the ark the second time, she had a freshly plucked olive leaf. Now I actually have an olive leaf here. My wife has an olive tree at our house, and so I clipped this off of her tree last night. Please don't tell her, but this is what an olive leaf looks like. It's not much, is it? It's pretty small, maybe about 2 inches. And it says here that the dove just had an olive leaf that the dove brought back to Noah. You know what this little olive leaf represented to Noah? Hope. Hope. That this thing's going to end. That one day, soon, the water is going to recede, the flood's going to be over, everything will dry up, and I can go back to my old life and get on with life. The little leaf spoke volumes to Noah. It gave Noah hope. And we all know what it's like to be in Noah's situation, to be in Noah's boat, so to speak. We've all experienced a time when we were going through a flood or going through a crisis, and we just needed a little hope, just some small thing that says to us, everything's going to be okay. You're going to come through this. And things are going to be all right. Everything's going to work out. You're going to get through this. That dove brought a little bit of hope to Noah by bringing him a leaf. And I would say to you, hope is in short supply these days. And we, as believers in Jesus Christ, we can bring, we can be like that dove. And we can bring an olive leaf to someone. We can bring a little bit of hope to someone in this world. Just some kind of small gesture. Maybe something as simple as a text message or a phone call or an email or a note, encouraging someone, offering to pray with someone, sharing a Bible verse with someone, cooking a meal for a neighbor, just some cookies or something, just a little thing. It just gives them some sense of hope, but just a little hope here. The bird didn't bring a whole olive tree or an olive salad, just a leaf. And that leaf infused so much hope into Noah that this was going to end, that he was going to get through this. And we love when people give us a little hope when we're feeling hopeless. We love, little olive leaves of hope that tell us, you're going to be all right. Or, you know what, I've been praying for you. You've been on my mind. And I just want to encourage you that it's going to be okay. You're going to get through this. This is going to work out. And we can do that. We can give an olive leaf of hope to people. You can do that this week. Just who could you reach out to this week? Just to give them a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of hope. Verse 12 now, it says that he waited another 7 days. He sent out the dove, which did not return again to him anymore. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, that the waters were dried up from the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and he looked, and indeed the surface of the ground was dry. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried. Now, I want you to think about this. Noah and his family were in that ark for over an entire year. That's a long time to be quarantined with your family, isn't it? When you thought 3 months with your family was bad, think about Noah. I wonder if Noah ever got tired of being around his family all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for over a year. And they couldn't binge watch Netflix, right? Or go for a walk around the neighborhood just to get outside. They couldn't do any of that. They were really stuck together in that boat. Then, verse 15, God spoke to Noah saying, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that is with you, birds and cattle, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, so that they may abound on the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth." So Noah went out, and his sons and his wives and his sons' wives with them, and every animal and every creeping thing and every bird, whatever creeps on the earth, according to their families, they all went out of the ark. It's interesting to me that Noah here, the earth has dried up, but Noah didn't rush out of the ark on his own. You'd think the first opportunity to be free, to get outside, to get off that boat, that the family would just go. Let's go, man. Let's go to a restaurant or something. Let's get out of here, kind of thing. But instead, Noah stayed in the ark until God commanded him to go out. This shows that Noah was completely surrendered to God and was allowing God to direct his steps and allowing God to order his steps. We should always wait upon the Lord to guide us. We should always wait upon the Lord to guide us and direct our steps. Even when it seems obvious what we should do, we should still wait and pray to God for direction and leading, not just jump in because it seems what is right, or it seems like this is obvious, or just to assume that this is what I'm supposed to do. We should still wait and seek the Lord and allow the Lord to direct our steps. Jesus did only what the Father told him to do. In John chapter 8, verse 28, Jesus said, "I do nothing on my own." We want to take our direction from the Lord in all things. That's what That's what Noah did. He even stayed in the boat until God told him to get out of the boat.